Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to the RWBY Volume 9 finale, Episode 10, titled Of Solitude and Self, in which a choice must be made. Now, this episode is 26 and a half minutes long, so the complaint about the last episode being too short, if you take like 5 minutes off of this, they're the same length, and also that makes them both the same as the two other longest episodes in this volume. And considering RWBY said that this is meant to be basically a two-part finale, so really you get almost 40 minutes of content just split into two parts, and they decided that RWBY reaching for the weapon was the best part to split those two. Which, I mean, that's understandable. But, anyway, as if you've seen my final thoughts and predictions video for this, which, yes, I know it was uploaded after this episode actually came out. That is because I had way too much on my plate. It was final exams and assignments and everything, plus work. I didn't have time to get it out in before watching this. It has been recorded. I show you my phone screen that it is being recorded before this actually came out. So, but yeah, as I said, I broke down my misinterpretation of what the last episode was. How I banked too hard on acceptance in the wrong sense of the word, in the wrong context. So I was too harsh. I didn't sit and think about it. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't have come to that conclusion anyway had it not been for other people in the fandom. But yeah, so I'm just putting that out there again. My thoughts on the last episode have changed, and I go into depth in it in that predictions and breakdown, and well, not breakdown, but yeah, it's because that's my notes for the last episode, my predictions, my thoughts, everything for this episode, all in one. So let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Ow. Oops, 1 sec. I may want to do something I promised I was going to do. And that is actually show up, will you? So I was unprepared. There we go. I said I was gonna get the lyrics up to this, so sinking down into depths of nowhere, I am undone. Grasping tight onto memories, I know they'll be overrun. No food and balance, but balance is price. Vengeance is a retire in a fairy tale she'll find. Inside, I knew me, I'm ready, but who will I find inside? I've got a little bit of my mind. Oh. Right, I've never realized it actually skipped over the second verse in chorus. Okay. I was expecting it to stop before it got to the second verse, but no, it had the last two lines of the song as well.
And on the wind, Alex heard one more
Hey,
question.
it actually looks like the Cheshire Cat this time.
What are you?
That was a classic picture from the Alice in Wonderland story.
I love you.
This
Just
is
the way
before
you
she
are.
leaves the last time, isn't it?
Always.
Yep.
It's not like you to rush off on a mission in the middle of the night.
You know how Ozpin gets. Mystery after mystery.
And when it turns out to be yet another run-of-the-mill patrol, it'll be...
I always prefer discretion.
I'll be back soon.
I know.
Nobody suspects
Raven.
anything.
No. They think it's a typical mission.
Summer Rose telling lies. First time for everything.
I was not expecting Ravenwatch to actually
And
be a part of this.
what about... You're just going to leave them?
You're one to talk.
It's... You're better at that life. Better than I was.
If I do this right, there's nothing to worry about. Trust me.
Let's get it over with, I guess.
What was that?
She is actually
She
seeing.
lied. She left with Raven. Why would she?
Who knows why people keep the secrets they do? Maybe you're not the only one who has felt the weight of others' expectations. Like Alex. Like your mother.
Are you just trying to tell me that it's useless? That I shouldn't even try? Is that the big lesson I'm supposed to learn? Just give up? Become someone else?
Is that what I'm telling you?
You never were the hero.
Oh,
Alex,
You couldn't save me.
I
he's in the fog, not.
couldn't save a lot of people.
Maybe it's time for a change. To be the kind of man you've always wanted to be.
I figured he was actually going to talk to her because they actually made a model for her. Whereas with Ruby, she was going to see the memories. Turns out I was correct. I thought I was out there with that. Freezer bird. Been a while since we've seen that.
The leaves! Burn the leaves! Taking a page out of the caterpillar's book. The leaves have no effect on me.
Maybe
But
not.
they do on Neo.
That's not the case for Neo.
No! These regrets! These feelings! I can't! I can't!
Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Okay.
Your time is running out. You must choose. Choose for yourself one who could leave your burdens behind or choose one who would be enough to bear them.
Was not expecting a bipedal cat. Ooh. See again, John gets injured, Juniper's there to protect. It's Alex's dagger.
I love you. Just the way you are.
And she'll choose
This
herself.
one. What happens if I choose me?
Then maybe that girl is enough.
She is a very tall lady. I missed this in the last episode. I figured it was going to be back. She got her ankle. That is very anime.
You're you. How?
She knew what she needed to be all along.
Is this Red Like Roses Part 3? Because I'll accept that as a semi-correct prediction that there's going to be a Red Like Roses on this soundtrack. That was a very quick summon.
You're broken. You break everything you touch. Like all humans. Weak. Confused. Incomplete.
No, you're wrong. She's never been any of those things.
That's why we follow her.
We're going to Remnant, and you're staying here.
Oh,
To have what they have. What a thing, huh?
you could have it.
So, that's it then?
Live here and be with Torchwick.
Yeah, I know. I'm not real. What about her?
The Hat Bell, I was correct about that, even if the
She'll find
surrounding it was not correct.
one way or another.
They left it open. Hey! I was expecting that after they left, but
Ruby? What's wrong?
When I was in the tree, I never saw little. I wish I could say thank you.
Do you guys think we might have made things even worse in the ever after? Just like Alex did?
I'm not sure. I'd like to think that we did at least a little good. I don't believe we've met yet. Please, what are you?
Well, you know, I haven't thought about it yet. You look like you have your wits about you. What do you think I am?
Well, to me, you seem like a friend.
A guide.
A protector. Adorable.
Do any of those sound close?
Somewhat. Yeah, somewhat. I'm not any one thing. I'm somewhat of a lot of things.
It is a true pleasure to meet you somewhat.
It will be my honor to serve you.
You've already done more for us than you know.
You do feel familiar. Like a happy dream I can't remember.
I'm so glad we got to meet you.
The heart
I'm sure
remembers,
you'll help lots
even
of
if the
people.
brain doesn't.
But now we have to say goodbye.
It will be all right, Huntress.
Hey, somewhat?
I am at your service.
Will you look after Juniper? She means the world to me.
I will never leave her side.
We never did get confirmation of what became of Alex. Is Juniper or the blacksmith Alex? Or was she fed to the Jabberwocker as well?
Welcome
The Hawker?
to
But
my workshop.
he was eaten.
Ruby? Is this the tree?
Something like that.
I've been waiting a long time for you.
Oh, well. I made it.
I'm glad you did.
Can you answer a question for me?
That's the
I
God
need
of
to know if
Darkness.
it's true what the cat said, that Lewis went back and Alex.
Yes, only Lewis returned home. The girl who fell through the world is the story as he wished it had happened.
And the God of Light.
Are those?
The brothers.
Yes, these brothers were the tree's earliest blossoms, and the first to inhabit the ever after. Remarkable beings, very ambitious. The tree did not foresee what they would become. But that is the joy of creating, the not knowing. Back then, the ever after was overgrown, wild, and dangerous. The brothers were made to help tame it and build the world that was to come after. First, they were given the power to destroy, to clear the wilderness away. Then they were given creativity to imagine what and who could replace the wilderness. The brothers built homes for them and gave them roles to play.
If this is what they were supposed to do, how did Remnant come about? Us.
The brothers grew curious. They wanted to do more. And so, using the skills and tools they had been given, they began to design their own creations in utmost secrecy. Soon they realized their new creation could do their job for them, finding the broken parts of the ever after. After this success, the brothers designed a second creature to finish what the cat started. It came out brutal and effective. One brother believed they had disrupted the balance, while the other refused to condemn their creations for their mistakes. But balance is not two forces locked in never-ending battle. Balance is an ecosystem, an organism, a living, breathing thing. Thus, balance cannot be restored with force or calculation. True balance finds its own equilibrium. It only requires love.
Not expecting this
and
as
the patience
substantial
to see things through.
shit
the
to
end.
be in this episode.
So, how did they get to Remnant?
The Ever After could no longer bear the brothers' experiments, and so the tree built them a special doorway to a crater beyond, where the brothers could try creating worlds of their own. A doorway that would remain open for the brothers' return, and any of their creations. And what truly remarkable things they accomplished. Whenever the brothers' creations have come to the Ever After, the five of you have had a greater impact than you know, just like Alex and Louis did before you, just like others will after you. One small kindness in one small moment led to such a marvelous transformation. Much like one act of dishonesty caused an unfortunate change.
Alex broke her promise to the cat.
A terrible thing to have a broken heart. And there was nobody to send them back to the tree for repair.
What will happen to Neo?
She will have the chance to return her broken heart and become something new. Such is balance.
That's Alex's knife. Wait, how do you have this?
When Alex's life ended, she chose to leave a part of herself behind. A wish to fix what she had broken.
So that tells you he's still got the streaks in his hair.
I can't believe it. It's been so... This is what I sounded like.
Where will this take us?
Not where. When you are needed most.
So it could be immediately, it could be the future, when they need it most.
Thank you.
All of the kingdoms are there. Because you've got some Atlas, you've got some Mistral ships. I think there were Veil ones as well. And we don't know how much time has passed. I was not expecting such deep discussion in that episode. Is that who voiced Raven in the other volumes? I knew we were gonna get young John back. He does still have his memories and everything, so he also still has the streaks in his hair from his age. Alex did leave her knife for him, assuming he actually would eventually make it to the blacksmith. So, ignoring the whole depth of what the blacksmith was saying and everything, taking it at surface value, Remnant is the creations of the Ever After. We all assumed that the gods, they made the Ever After, but they were made by the Ever After. So what brought the Ever After about? Are there further tiers of gods above that? Is this the natural state of the... I mean, when you get to talking to gods, there's always the what created the first being, like Christianity. What was before God? Like, how did he come to be? In Greek mythology, what existed to create chaos and all that? Like, there's always the question of what came before. So, if the tree made the gods, and the gods made the Ever After as it is now, basically taming the wildness and everything, and then turning it into the patchwork. What came before the tree? It is Red Like Roses Part 3. Worthy, that was from the Bumblebee Kiss, yep. I knew that would be Bumblebee Part 2. So, several of my things were correct. Several of them were partially correct. I was expecting to see more of Summer. Just saying how she was very similar to Ruby in the sense that she made decisions, she led her team, those decisions didn't always work out, but no, it showed that her and Raven went off to face Raven did say she had seen
the Grim in the forest.
Oh, it's just a
Never seen anything like them.
thing for the movie.
We fought monsters before.
Is
Grim, your soul
Dragon's
is
back?
creatures with only one purpose: to destroy humanity.
Leadership isn't about your age. It's about your heart.
Mark is right. I'd follow you into any battle.
We're stronger together.
Okay, so I guess that does... I was gonna touch on that, but there's no end credit scene, which is surprising. I wanna jump forward to I'm guessing some of those must be vacuum. So you've got these bigger ones, they look to be the Mistral ones here. No, that's the Mistral one. They've got the fins coming out the side. These ones are Veil one. No, these ones are Veil. These ones are Atlas. So some of the Atlesian ships did make it out. This one, the ones that look like they've got wings for sails, they must be the Vacuan ones. Oh, also Amity's in the background, so Pietro and Maria made it. We get to see a live action Shade and the town surrounding it. I was really hoping that we got to actually see some of the characters. Like, I guess I know we've already gotten so much out of this. At this point, it was basically 20 minutes for the episode, not counting the opening and ending. So really, this is the longest episode of the volume. Yeah. So about what we did get after the credits. The RWBY Justice League animated crossover. And if we're being honest, I don't know about it. As it says own it digital 4K Blu-ray. Doesn't seem as though it's going to be online accessible. Which brings into the whole thing of I don't have a way to connect external devices to my computer. At least not that kind of external device. Because actually, do PlayStation still double as DVD players? Because if they do, then I'll just connect that or watch it on that. It's all good. But I have issues when it comes to Warner Media. Ignoring what they've done with this volume, what they've allowed this volume to be. What they're keeping RWBY as it is. That's fine. What they did with Genlock pissed me off. Both in the copyright striking what was already said to have been allowed by the creative team, and then what I've heard about the second season. I never watched it. I may give it a go, but I didn't read any of the crossover comics. They didn't interest me at all. I saw snippets of it. Didn't interest me. I haven't seen Ice Queendom. I've been meaning to. I haven't read any of the tie-in comics for RWBY, not counting the crossovers, so. But from what I've seen of this, the snippets that have been released to the public so far, this looks entertaining. This looks like something I'd be interested in. Sure, the animation's different. There seems to be some timeline fuckery going on, because, well, as I pointed out, the dragon's back. They're all in their Volume 1 outfits. They've shown Beacon and everything in the snippets. So this looks like it's back in Volume 1. So, don't know what to think of that. Also, Justice League RWBY comic. So it's already clearly different from the comics because, well, I highly doubt this is going to be dealing with Starro and that. However, they seem to have taken some aspect. You know, in all of the promotional materials and everything, no sign of Pyrrha. If this is Volume 1, where is she? Like, it also said that Part 1 was releasing. So, if I can find a way to get it and react to it, I will. I'm probably going to have to do it like my other reactions. That being, the bar down the bottom with the subtitles to sync up, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get the whole video, the whole movie up, but I don't know, this may actually be an adaptation of the comics. No, because Bruce had bad ears in the comics, not wings. Flash was completely different. Had Aquaman in it. Whereas this one doesn't seem to. But yeah. You know, this one has Vixen instead of Aquaman. So, I don't know. Interesting that they'd put the... I guess, yeah, it's a promotional thing. It releases in, what was it, 2 days? Gonna be completely honest, jumping back to the actual episode, the whole point of this video, the fight with the cat ended a hell of a lot quicker than I thought it would. Because we got a minute's worth of stuff with Summer. Then we got a little bit more with the blacksmith. Jean speaking with Alex. Burning the trees and exercising the cat. And we're just hitting the 6-minute mark. And then the fight's done by the 10-minute. Heck, it's done by the 9-minute mark, really. Then the cat gets eaten, which was one of the suggestions I had. It was either that or it was forcibly ascended, but... No, it got eaten by the Jabberwockers. So are we just assuming that the original Jabberwocker was just straight up killed, no return or anything? Like... Because, well... It did not appear again after. The ones in this episode were Neo's creation. Hey, Team RWBY actually got to see Torchwick this time. I figured this was the only way they could take Neo out. Because, I mean, they were never going to fully kill her. They were always going to leave it open. She is too much of a fan favorite. I say that, but then they killed Pyrrha. I was going to say, she's too much of a fan favorite. They're never going to actually kill her off. They need to leave it open, just like they did last time, so that at the very end, they could be like, somehow Neo returned. But No, because if it's going off fan favorites, then there's no way Pyrrha should have died. But I did note it interesting when the blacksmith was talking about how the gods couldn't come to a decision about the Jabberwocker. Again, you had the god of light killing it, and the god of darkness reviving it constantly. Which is exactly what happened with Ozma. But, yeah. To be honest, I can't really talk about the whole blacksmith scene because I'm gonna need to go rewatch it at least one more time to actually fully understand what she's saying. Because yes, there's just a surface level you can garner it, but there's also, like I said, it's depth to it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Raven. Huh? No, it was the same voice. Technically, this is the first time we have seen all of Team Stark in a volume. It's always been 3. Yes, of course, that is usually because Summer's dead. However, in the 2 volumes where we did actually see live action Summer, that being 6 and 7, we didn't see Ty or Raven, so to see all of them. Now, again, that is why they missed the mark for not showing some of the people in Vacuo. Because if they'd have shown Crow, we would have gotten the entirety of Team Stark in one episode. Sure, it's across 2 time periods, but I'm still holding out hope that they show Crochet and Moore's now that Jean's been reverted. Because he doesn't take his sword out after transforming. So there is every possibility that it does now have the dagger as its tip. But, yeah. I really like this. There's no way this season can be classified as filler. Even if it is just for the character growth. Because, sure, I was hoping for some actual change to RWBY. I do also know that logistically, it's not the most feasible to expect them to completely change the main character from a outside of show perspective. Because in the same reason that we knew there was going to be something like with Alex, something in the actual show with Alex, because they went through the effort of making a model for her for the opening in that. When every other appearance, it was just her in the comic art style, well, storybook art style. You know there was going to be something in the show itself to see her. And that is purely from a logistical standpoint. If you know anything about 3D modeling and all of that, which I am touching upon in my game development course, so I'm beginning to understand a lot more. But yeah. Anyway, as I said, the majority of this episode was the discussion with the blacksmith, or at least a third of the episode was the discussion with the blacksmith, and I'm going to need further analysis time for that, so I'm ending this part here. I may be back with an addendum for that scene's analysis, or this may be the end, so if it is, I'll catch you in the next one.